Did you guys see that shooting that happened 2 days ago? Because don't worry, if you missed it, there was another one yesterday. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Falcon Heights, Minnesota. 2 videos in 2 days of police fatally shooting 2 black men who, when you watch the video, did nothing to warrant them losing their lives. And you know the hardest part of having a conversation surrounding police shootings in America, it always feels like in America, it's like if you take a stand for something, you automatically are against something else. Such a strange world to be in. You're either a cat person or a dog person. You know, you're Red Sox or you're Yankees. You know, when you text, you either type lol or ha ha ha. I mean, personally, I'm lol. And I know a lot of people are ha ha ha, and I respect that. I mean, the important thing is that we can come together and hate the people who type lol, 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 lol. Because that's not even a thing. You can't be laughing out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud. That's not a thing. Anyway, the point is, it's either one or the other. But with police shootings, it shouldn't have to work that way. For instance, if you're pro-Black Lives Matter, you're assumed to be anti-police. And if you're pro-police, then you surely hate black people. It seems that it's either pro-cop and anti-black or pro-black and anti-cop, when in reality, you can be pro-cop and pro-black, which is what we should all be. It is what we should be aiming for. And I mean, I guess technically that means you could also be anti-cop and anti-black, which, I don't know, would make you Mel Gibson, I don't know, But the point is, you shouldn't have to choose between the police and the citizens that they are sworn to protect. You know what makes these incidents even more painful is the fact that there are some people who don't even think that this police problem exists. Do you guys remember that catcalling video in New York City, right? The one where a woman walked around in New York for a day and over 100 men took that as an invitation to harass her. You remember that video? Yeah? Well, I've got to be honest. I remember watching that video and I was shocked. I was shocked by how extreme catcalling actually was. I didn't know, because I'm a man. I did not see that in my world. And you know, I didn't know that it could happen for blocks and a woman was harassed, like over and over again. And I was shocked by that. I saw that video and I was like, I didn't think men were doing that. And I didn't think men were that concerned with the sugar content of women's breasts. I didn't know these things were happening because I hadn't seen it. You know, and I didn't think it was that common. I thought it was only done by like construction workers and cartoon wolves. That's what I thought it was all about. But after I watched the video, I realized that there was a problem. Because seeing is believing. And yet for some strange reason, when it comes to videos of police shootings, seeing isn't believing. The police will always come out with a statement like, I know it looks like the officer shot the man even though he was subdued. But what the video doesn't show from this angle is that the policeman feared for his life due to the suspect's physical actions that, again, are not visible from this angle. I always ask the question, why is it that the police only do that when they're the ones on camera? Yeah, because if there's ever a video of you committing a crime, the police won't be like, oh no, I know it looks like the suspect is robbing the cash register in the video, but what you don't see from this angle is that, in fact, how do we know the video isn't playing in reverse? How do you know he's not putting money into the cash register? You can't judge from a video. Why is the video never enough? Tamir Rice, there was a video. Eric Garner, there was a video. Laquan McDonald, there was a video. And yet still skepticism. And it's only about this. When it comes to Bigfoot, people see one blurry video and people dedicate their lives to finding him. They leave their families, dedicate themselves to that. And you know, it's hard to blame black people for not trusting the police in this country, because even when the police have the responsibility of filming themselves, stuff like this happens.
The 2 officers are now on administrative leave. Both of them wore body cameras. However,
during the altercation, the body cameras did come dislodged.
Really? The body camera became dislodged? So what, has it gotten so bad that even the cameras are like, oh, sorry, I can't be a part of this. I can't. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Really? The camera became dislodged? I call bull. Yeah. I call bull. Because I've seen white people cameras, and those things never come off. What? Whoa!
I'm alive!
Yeah, you know it's a white people video when it ends with someone screaming, I'm alive! You know what pisses me off the most about this? I don't think there's a problem with the police, what some people say. I don't think there's a problem with the police. You know, black people are surely doing something. Maybe the black guy did something wrong. You can't deny the racism. At some point, you have to acknowledge it. In fact, think of this. Think of the most racist thing that people can call black people. Think of that, the most racist thing people say. They call them monkeys, baboons, gorillas. And yet, when people watched a video of an actual gorilla being shot for dragging a child, not only was there more outrage for the gorilla, the organization responsible for killing the gorilla admitted that there were systemic problems that needed to be fixed.
A criminal investigation is now focused on how a little boy fell into a gorilla enclosure at the Cincinnati Zoo. Reports show the zoo is making changes to prevent tragic accidents like this from happening again.
That's for a gorilla! They're making changes for a gorilla! One gorilla, one! It's a truth. It is a truth. I shouldn't even be afraid to say it. America has a problem within its police force. And although this is a problem that disproportionately affects black people, it's not just a black problem. This is an American problem. Because just today, there was a third video, this time of a white kid getting shot by the police while he was lying down on the ground. This is an American problem. Everyone is involved. And with all this evidence on video, surely the least America can expect from its police is for them to admit that there is a problem. Because you can't fix something until you admit that it's broken. And you're probably saying, oh, but Trevor, what does it help? What does it help to just admit that you have a problem? Well, the Las Vegas Police Department did just that. In 2011, they admitted that there was a potential for bias. They admitted that there was a better way for police to interact with suspects. And so just by acknowledging that and training their officers on how to assess and de-escalate a situation, they were able to decrease the amount of police shootings by 36%. 36%, which is not perfect. I know it's not perfect, but at least they're doing something. And if the police can get their shit together in a city where you can rent a tiger and then get married to a Filipino Elvis Presley, then in my opinion, the rest of America has no excuse. Hey there, thanks for subscribing to our new YouTube channel. You're probably thinking, but I didn't. I know, which is fine, but now you're thinking about subscribing. You should really just subscribe. Just do it. Subscribe. Who said that? Subscribe. Who's saying these things? Subscribe now. What?